so far away right now. Do I look really far away? At least you hopefully can't see the cat hair that is all over my jumper right now. Hello, how are we going? Good morning. Welcome back to another video. I hope you've all been keeping very well. Today I thought that I would do a little what I eat in a day at home vlog moment thing. And we're starting the day off very well. I have made some baked beans on toast. I have some vegan feta on top. I have a whole heap of chives on top. This bread is super fresh. I went and got it this morning. Overall, very excited for breakfast today. So let's start by diving right in. I injured my pinky finger at netball on Tuesday night, and it's just not functioning, as I'm realizing as I try and cut this toast. Baked beans just hit different. They make me feel so good, so full, and so nourished, but they also taste absolutely incredible. If you haven't tried making your own baked beans on toast at home before, I highly recommend that you do. I'll write what I used for this morning's baked beans in the description box. Anyway, I hope you all have been keeping very well. I've been doing pretty good. I've just been cruising along, working a lot, enjoying being with my friends a lot, just enjoying life in general a lot. I've really been working on trying to get into a good routine with work, and I feel like I have been, so I'm feeling pretty good. Anyway, today I'm going to do my best to cook some really yummy food so that you have some new meal ideas. It is currently winter here on the Gold Coast in Australia, and so I tend to be craving more like hearty kind of foods, which I am really enjoying, like hearty, warming food lately. Feels so good. And yeah, I'm going to enjoy these baked beans, and then we will see where the rest of this beautiful day takes us. Okay, hi, hello. Is this gonna be a good angle? No, it's not. So originally my plan for this morning was to go to a reformer Pilates class first thing. Lately I've been going to like a couple of reformer Pilates classes a week, as well as playing netball 3 times a week, and I found it to be really enjoyable. But honestly, this morning I woke up and my body was really sore, and something that I used to do almost every day but I haven't been doing so much anymore is go for a really long walk, which I just find to be like a really mindful, enjoyable thing to do. But as the cooler months have crept up here on the Gold Coast, I seem to have stopped doing it. So one of my goals for today is to go for a really long walk, and after that delicious nourishing breakfast, I'm feeling very in the mood to do so. So I'm gonna get myself ready for that, and whilst I do, I want to talk to you about my friends at Native, who have very kindly sponsored today's video. If you are new to my channel, I've been using Native's deodorants for well over a year now. I love them so very much. I use them every single day, and I really enjoy all of the different scents. They have a super wide range of choices of scents, and I personally have been absolutely loving the citrus and herbal musk lately. Citrus is my favorite scent in the world. It smells so fresh. As well as that, I also love the lilac and white tea for its softness, and the cucumber and mint for its freshness. I really love and appreciate the fact that Native have a plastic-free option to their deodorants. It uses the exact same formula, but the packaging is obviously much more sustainable. It's made from paperboard, and Native is committed to sourcing from responsibly managed forests, as well as being a proud partner of 1% for the planet, which means that they commit 1% of plastic-free deodorant sales to environmental non-profits. We love to see it, love to hear it, love to be a part of it. So yeah, I love Native deodorants for my general day-to-day wear, as well as for when I am working out, because it is not sticky, it dries super quickly, and as well as that, it is vegan, cruelty-free, aluminium-free, paraben and sulfate-free, and it's got super familiar ingredients like coconut oil and shea butter. So 3 plastic-free deodorants are usually $39 US, but if you use the link down in my description box, as well as my code, which is DUCKS7, you will get them for $29 US, which is 25% off. Thank you again to Native for working with me on today's video. It is a pleasure to work with a brand that I love so much. The sunshine outside is calling me, so let's get out the door and onto our morning walk. Hello, so I just got home from my walk and I'm feeling hungry. So if you are new to my channel, something that we make a lot here and I make in my life in general a lot is something called iced cacao, which someone pointed out to me in the comments the other day that it's kind of just a fancy way of saying chocolate milk. But the important thing to know about iced cacao is that the love that I put into it, I feel like I am putting into myself, and it has become something that I just love having almost every day as part of like a little self-care ritual. Anyway, my point is that I'm going to make an iced cacao, but I'm going to do it a little differently today. So first thing is first, and milk. So the milk that I'm currently obsessed with is this macadamia milk. You can get it from Woolworths here in Australia. It's so creamy and flavorful. I love macadamia milk and always have, so definitely recommend trying it. And something else I'm going to do a little differently today as well is actually put some protein powder in my iced cacao. I like to do this every now and again when I want a little bit of a different flavor, when I want to feel a little bit fuller for longer. I really enjoyed this protein powder by Tonica. It is a vanilla tart flavor. Yeah, creamy vanilla tart flavor. And I just put a little bit of it in with my iced cacao and it makes it even more so enjoyable. And yes, if you're new to my channel, the other things that I use in my iced cacao are maple syrup, cacao powder, maca powder, a little bit of salt, and ice. Is that everything? I'm pretty sure that's everything. You would think that I would know after making like literally at least 200 of these in my life. I feel like I'm having this full moment right now where I've realized that I've drank I've just had so much chocolate milk in my life, it's kind of funny. Okay, first things first, we have our ice and our macadamia milk. Then I put that to the side and I get a mug or just like something that you can mix boiling water in. And I'm putting in some cacao, as well as some protein powder, maca powder, and a little bit of salt. Then I'm gonna pour in a little bit of boiling water, as well as some maple syrup. And I'm gonna mix this together until it is pretty much as well combined as I can get it without spending like 10 minutes here. Okay, so then we're gonna get our milk back, and what you want is something similar to this. Ideally, you don't need it, but it just means that you don't get any lumps in your iced cacao or whatever ice drink you're making. What I'm gonna do next is I'm going to pour this chocolate mixture over my milk through the strainer. We get this really beautiful effect. Hopefully I don't spill it anywhere. Ooh. And then I've got my straw, and that is my iced cacao for the day. Ah, so good. So my lunch today is very, very simple, but super full of flavor. This is actually a meal that my old housemate used to make me in the summertime for dinner. It was one of his absolute staples, and yeah, I love it so very much. Lately I have been craving it a lot. So in this delicious bowl, we have a whole heap of chickpeas, as well as cherry tomatoes, cucumber, some vegan feta. Then I also added in spring onion, parsley, lemon juice, olive oil, salt and pepper. This literally only took me 10 minutes to prepare, which is one of the things I love the most about it. With lunch, I tend to always want something simple, quick, and easy to make, and this is exactly that. So yeah, if you've never tried a salad like this, I highly recommend giving it a go at home. It is super, super delicious. Anyway, I'm going to dive right into this and enjoy it very much so, and I will catch up with you when it is time for us to make dinner. Okay, hello. Hi. Hi, hello. Okay, so it is the afternoon and I am getting into making dinner for tonight. And tonight I am making a crowd favorite recipe, something that we are loving so much in this household at the moment. It is some herby spinach and vegan ricotta stuffed pasta shells, which we cook with a homemade tomato sauce. It is definitely more of a time-consuming kind of dinner, but it is so delicious. Everyone is always so impressed by it, so I highly recommend making this at home if you're looking to impress someone at all. Yeah, it is super delicious. Tonight I'm making it for myself, for Cara, and for Bray, and as seems to always be the case when I film a what I eat in a day video, Bray is coming over for dinner tonight. I'm really excited to cook this for her because she's actually the person who introduced me to this style of recipe. And to make sure I'm super prepared for tonight, I am just prepping everything this afternoon. I mainly need to prep the ricotta and the tomato sauce. The rest is like pretty easy to do once dinner time is actually approaching. But anyway, I'm gonna get into the kitchen now. I'm gonna start by making the tomato pasta sauce because it's quite easy, and then from there we will make the ricotta as well. Also, just a side note, I'm fully embracing winter fashion this year. I usually am such a summer person that I just avoid and live in like one sweater for the entire winter and one pair of jeans. But this year I've actually started to invest in winter pieces that I really love. So I'm really just loving it at the moment. I know this looks super simple, just jeans and a sweater, but I've been feeling really cute in my winter wear this year. Loving it. Okay, so first things first, and we need my Vitamix. I actually got gifted this Vitamix for my 24th birthday from a bunch of my friends. It has lasted a really long time. It's almost time for a new one, I feel. But Vitamix, look, it just lives up to the name, honestly. It's one of those things that is definitely not overrated. It has come in such handy in my kitchen, and yes, I love it very, very much. So we're going to be using the Vitamix for a lot of tonight's dinner. The first thing we're going to do is make the tomato pasta, whatever you want to call it, sauce in here. So the first thing that you're going to need is a few cans of tomatoes. I have 2 here, and I have a half a one in the fridge that I didn't use this morning, so I'm thinking I'll just do 2.5. I kind of wing this every single time, but I'll try and write the measurements that I used today down in the description box if you do want to try it at home. Okay, so we've got the 2.5 tins of tomatoes in there, and then I'm going to get, what am I going to get? Okay, so we're going to put a little bit of olive oil in here because we love olive oil on this YouTube channel. And then as well as that, I'm going to put some basil in here, as well as salt, pepper, probably some more herbs, some garlic, and some spring onion. Okay, so this is my tomato sauce, and this is essentially what we're gonna roast the shells in the oven once the shells are all prepared. So I'm just gonna put this in a bowl and set it to the side so that we can get started on making the ricotta. And I actually just had a moment where I realized that I feel like I might not have. I definitely don't have as much spinach as I need for this recipe. So we're just gonna have to make it with less and have a very ricotta-y spinach and ricotta shell. That's just the way it's gonna be, little darling. We'll go riding on the horses Yeah. Okay, so I have just turned the oven on to 180 degrees Celsius fan forced, and over here I have what is going to be the beginning of our ricotta. So I've just got some spring onions and some garlic cloves that I have drizzled with a little bit of oil, and then I also have some frozen spinach here. I'm going to put this all in the oven. These two so they can roast, this so it can defrost, and then we're gonna get on to making the rest of the ricotta. Okay, so whilst that is all roasting away in the oven, we can actually get started on the rest of what needs to go into our ricotta. So once again, I'm going to use my trusty Vitamix, and the first thing we're going to put in is some cashews. So I've just had these cashews soaking for like an hour or so in boiling water. It just makes sure that they are nice and soft so that they blend a lot easier. And then as well as that, we're actually going to use some tofu. I'm not a big fan of tofu. I'm trying to use it more and more in cooking because it's so beneficial to use in vegan cooking, but I honestly a lot of the time can't get past the texture. I'm a real texture snob, let's say. So yes, I just have some firm tofu. You honestly cannot taste it in this at all. I've had tofu in it every single time, and I don't, like I said, I don't usually like tofu. So I'm putting the juice of 1.5 lemons into the ricotta. I might end up needing to put more. What else do I need to add? Oh, nutritional yeast. If you are new to veganism, nutritional yeast is something you should definitely get around as soon as possible. Ooh. Ooh. Next, I'm also adding in some veggie stock powder, which I find to be quite salty on its own, so I don't tend to add any salt until I'm right at the end and I know if I need to add any more. That's everything for our ricotta base. So I'm gonna put a little bit of water in here, and then once we add the spinach and everything, it should make it the perfect texture. Okay, so this is what the ricotta is looking like so far. This is the kind of texture that you want from it. And right now I'm going to pull out that spinach and garlic and spring onion from the oven, and then I'm also going to add in some herbs as well to get that herby flavor. Okay, so I officially have all of my ricotta ready to go, my tomato sauce ready to go, and I am now about to boil the shells because you want to pre-boil them. Where are the shells? You want to pre-boil the shells before you stuff them and put them in the oven. So these are the ones that we get. You can get them from Coles here in Australia. Well, my local Coles has them anyway, and this pack would honestly serve at least 4 people. This is a super filling meal. You know when you like go to a restaurant and you order ravioli and your ravioli comes and there's like 5 or 6 pieces and you're like, this is absolutely not gonna fill me up, but it does? That's the vibe of these shells as well. Like I always look at like the 7 on my plate and I'm like, this is absolutely not gonna be enough, and then it ends up being way too much. Anyway, my point is that is all prepped and ready to go. So tonight when Kara gets home, we'll be able to finish cooking together, which will be really, really lovely. I feel like I'll probably be so present and be watching Sex and the City, the movie tonight, so I won't have time to sign off the vlog. So I'm gonna say goodbye now. But I hope you enjoy the rest of the video and seeing how our pasta shells turn out. As always, thank you so much for being here and supporting me and my YouTube channel. I really, really appreciate it. Have a beautiful day and enjoy the rest of the vlog. I will see you very soon.
Oh, who is she? Cut some shapes, sis.